Hi folks, welcome to my humble homestead in the forest on this gray early November day. You can see all the leaves are down. You might even be able to see the ridge behind me. In today's video I want to talk to you about something that I've been kind of noticing, and but I didn't have a name for it, and I still don't know if this is the right term for it. I think it's called dynamic pricing. With the advent of AI, which is what I want to talk to you about more of today, what one of the things that AI is doing right now. It's not a bad thing or good thing. I'm just telling you to look out for or look for. And that is, I've been noticing that, first of all, I don't have any apps for any grocery stores or anything, as much as they bombard me. I mean, at least once a day I get an email from one grocery store or another, like a sort of a superstore or another, saying download our app, digital coupons, this and whatever, just to entice you. I hate the idea of having all these apps. I hated the idea of them bombarding me with anything, because it feels like there's an agenda. And today I think I figured out what that agenda is. So what's happening is that they're saying they want to target what I want, what I buy, what I historically bought, what I've looked for, searched for, and for me, and they can offer me a coupon for it. So when I go there, it's ready for me, or targeted advertising or whatever. But it used to be that stores, be it Home Depot, Best Buy, superstores, whatever, Walmart, all these stores used to have a weekly flyer, a weekly sale. Sometimes, it'd be like Black Friday or whatever, it would be for that, or Boxing Day would be for that. But for the most part, a weekly flyer, in which during that week, a certain item, whatever it happened to be, milk, cheese, glasses, whatever, would be at that particular price for that week. Some places would give you a rain check if it was all sold out. Some places wouldn't, but nonetheless, that would be the set price for that week. So this dynamic pricing thing, I think, is what's happening. Is that every store, doesn't matter if it's Walmart or whatever store that you can think of, always has an item or 2 or 10 that are not selling, or are not selling well, but really are not selling. It's just sitting on the shelf. And an item that's sitting on the shelf, even if it's not, you may think that it's not perishable. That is to say that some items are like carrots or potatoes or lettuce, or like bananas that can ripen, and you can literally see that they're too ripe. You may not want to buy it. Not those. Also not things that are canned, which have a higher shelf life, or rice that has a higher shelf life, or dry lentils or whatever that have higher shelf life. But even them that have a much higher shelf life, they're still sitting on the shelf. Even like things like clothes that you're wearing has like they have like trends and the fashions that come and go, so they also have a shelf life. So you see how everything has a shelf life. It just depends on what it is, and it could be how high a shelf life it would have, expiry date. So what they try to do is that, I mean, when this started, it makes sense that they would do this, something that I would do as efficient as I am. And this is what it is. So they would see what's sitting on the shelf not selling. So it's taking up space, it's not selling, let's move it, maybe never have it again, or maybe have a new batch of the same thing, be it canned goods or fresh, whatever. So with a new expiration date, which is longer now, because this one's coming to the end of it, or it's just sitting there, maybe it's fading, it was just closed, maybe it's fading, whatever, taking on a particular smell of the store, I don't know. So they try to have like a sort of a not I want to say flash sale, but in historically for me a sale had been something that would come at a super reduced price, maybe 75% off, 90% off, whatever, and once it's gone, it's gone. But today's flash sales sound to me like they're not um, like how they used to be. So what it is that when they get you to download their app and they see that this is something that you've bought before, that when they collect your information over time, and they think that this is the butter brand that you always buy, and they notice that usually you go to the store on Thursdays. I say that because I only go to town once a week myself, so they notice that. I mean, they're not stupid. They can see once a day, mostly on a particular day of the week. I don't. They probably hate me because I have the different times of the year. I go to town at different days of the day. Different days of the week. So, and sometimes if I'm really busy, I only go to town on rainy days when I can't be working outside. Different times of the year, I only go to town on sunny days because sunny days are days that means that it's not stormy out, and the car doesn't have to get dirty, and I don't have to drive in the mess and the long distance that I have to drive in the highway, so I mess them up. And so a typical person, though, they can tell, like if you're working on Mondays, you go shopping after work at 4 o'clock or whatever, they know when you're coming, so they target it. They don't just target a particular item to you, but also at the time. So this is what I'm trying to say. Remember when I said used to be something on sale for a week, now it's not. So what it is that it's not even necessarily on sale for a day. In talking to people, and that, as I do sometimes, I noticed that this lady was saying that she was part of I'm not. I don't have social media, but there whatever groups and things that people tell each other when something is on sale or something somewhere, and so she hears that, and by the time she gets to the store to buy it, I think it was an hour and a half later, the sale had already finished. That didn't make any sense to me. A sale is a sale that goes on for a week. How is that? So you should get a rain check. You couldn't get a rain check. It was like a flash sale of some sort. They wouldn't call it a flash sale. So from the vendor's point of view, they look and see what's not selling, and they have you, because they've got you to download their app. They send you a thing, alert, notification, whatever, bling, saying, hey, this particular soap that we know you buy is on sale right now at 75% off. So you're like, oh, okay, I'll remember that to go on my way home after work, I'll get it. But by the time you get there, if other people that have also expressed interest in that particular soap and have bought it before, have gotten that email, but they weren't at work, or they could have gone to buy it, they got there before you, they bought it, it's sold out now. And you go there after work and say, what, you told me this thing was like, here's, let me show you my notifications. So, yeah, I mean, we believe you. It's just sold out and there's no more of it. So this is some of the things that AI can do. It's interesting. It's not necessarily it's like a big brother thing, but it's just I'm just trying to tell you to look out for these things. And the more that we accept their digital apps, digital coupons, digital whatever from any company, the more we empower them to be able to do this. It's just not legal. It's just not a horrible thing to do. It's just not something that you're going to be happy about. One other thing is that, and I've done this myself, you might go on AI and look for search a particular thing. Really anything. Maybe you're looking for a car, maybe you're looking for a camera, maybe you're looking for a best cell phone package, but whatever, phone, computer, whatever, you look for it. And you do your research, as some of us do. You research, maybe 50 times. You have a conversation with this ChatGPT thing. And if you remember, well, two things about that. We have all this conversation with you, and it's not just talking to you, because, say, like the free versions of all these AIs are available there. It's working actually for, well, how do you think they make their money? For the companies. So it's sending your information, your conversation, it's condensing it and not sending the whole 50 emails back and forth, 50, whatever you want to call it, back, back and forth just to condense this, sends that to, say, Canon, Nikon, GM, Ford, whatever company that you happen to be researching about purchasing anything. And I can liken it to this. You know how when you go to look for a airplane's flight seat to wherever, and if you look at it one time, it kind of registers at one time. If you look at it, or a hotel room, and you look at it twice, it registers it twice. And if you do this a few times, then your rate is set for you at a much higher rate than if I were to just, or someone else would just go on a particular hotel and just goes on it, sees it, books it, and goes. You know what I mean? By you trying to do your research or a bargain or whatever, visiting a particular site over and over again, or asking in this particular case, ChatGPT asking over and over, so are you sure this is the best price? So when is the best time to buy it? When is the best time of the day? All these things, when you do it, it's also telling the vendor all the stuff that you said, but a condensed version of it. Like, it would say something like, if you're Ford, say, if you're selling a Ford F-150, it seems that people are looking for this particular model in this particular year, whatever, so that the price of that particular model, year, color, whatever, it remembers all that, tells them that this is what's popular right now, what's being searched for, so don't lower the price of that one. You want to lower the price of another one, you can, maybe, but this is the one that people want right now. The other thing is that with the ChatGPT is that if you've noticed, if you ever used it, or any other AI, if you ever use it, sometimes at the end of it, it tells you, or it asks you, I'll give you the two things. The telling you is that, the asking you is that, hey, do you want me to blah, 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 whatever, right? You want me to give you more in depth? You want me to? And the part about telling you is that sometimes it gives you a little link at the very end of a sentence or a paragraph or something that if you click on, it takes you to a particular website of, say, in this case, we're talking about Ford or any car manufacturer, or Canon or Nikon or whatever that you're looking for, that you've been searching for. It says it'll take you there and you can see for yourself. I'm just making your life easier. Well, not so much, because once you click on that, it's almost like a pay-per-click for them. Yes, you do go to that website, you go and see that particular camera or car or shoes or whatever, and when I see a little violet or velvet or African violet alive at this time of year, beginning of November. It's funny because, sorry, I'm just a little thing. First year that we were here, 11 years ago, we got 50 centimeters of snow on the second day of November. I think today's the second day of November. Not a single snowflake around, but a flower. Climate's changing. So sorry about that. It takes you to that website, but it doesn't just take you to that website. It also sends a notification to that vendor saying, I got a buyer for you. This person's been really interested in this particular item, and you should sell it for this price. And between the two, and then they figure out what is the best price so fast, a fraction of the time. Figure out what the best price, how much can they get from you, what's a sweet spot that is not too expensive, that you wouldn't say, oh, I'm going to walk away, and it's not so cheap that you would immediately buy, because obviously the vendor wants to make a living too. They want to sell as much as they can get for a particular item. So dynamic pricing, I think this is, if I'm right, this is what that means. Let me know if I got this right, or if there are other ways. Also, if you can, I would like to know if there's a way that I can possibly beat AI's algorithm. And I don't mean by using a different, what is it, VPN? Different IP address. I don't know how to do that. You can empty your cache. You can go incognito. I don't know if any of these really work. Or you can go to another computer or internet cafe. Those may work. I'm not sure. But I mean, other than the obvious that everybody knows, if there are other ways that you can let us know, and that would be appreciated by me anyway. I'm sure other people would like to know that too. Thank you.